Balak, Balaam, Baal, and the ever-present standards small. Research on Parashah Balak. The following is an off-of midrash on the Parashah Balak as it appears in Midbar Numbers 22:2, 25:9. The definitions approach. Start with the definitions of the characters as these appear in the respective names of the protagonists involved. Balak ben Zippor, devastator son of Bert. He was a descendant of the Moab from father, the son of Lot, and his eldest daughter, and was king of Moab at the time. Balaam ben Beor, master of the people, son of kindling skin, was a soothsayer for the city of Pethor, table of divinations in Mesopotamia. Baal Peor, master of the gap, was the supreme male divinity of the Canaanites. Familiarity with Balak. The Torah Bible was meant to be valid for all times, places, and peoples. So, the question driving this research is what the Parashah Balak teaches us today in these challenging times. The talking donkey. Elohim speaks to the seer Balaam solely during the night in dreams. This is the passage of the talking donkey. A triad of times Balak strikes his donkey when she refuses to continue on its path. The angel synthesizes the instruction one more time with the sword drawn to ensure getting the message across. The instruction being that only the words that Elohim puts in his mouth shall he speak. Blessings and curses. Next come the encounters between Balaam and Balak. Balaam cannot curse what is blessed by Elohim. He can only curse the unblessed or the cursed. The Balaam parables. All the triad times, the parable is delivered as a blessing instead of a curse. Non sequitur. So, where do the sages get the notion of the causal relationship with the following section on Pinchas, the son of Eleazar, son of Aaron, impaling Zimri of Israel and Kozi of Midian? The sages miss the point altogether, as we'll now proceed to demonstrate. The paradise formula. But before that, allow me to define paradise Kabbalogy with apples and pears that anyone can relate to. That is, paradise, godly sought secret S, from beginning to becoming / spiritual derived discovered D, mental remes remit R, physical peshat plain P. Moses and Balaam. The specific question at issue is a type of relation Elohim God had with Moses, the prophet by excellence, as compared to that had with Balaam, the sorcerer, gun for hire. The idea is that God was always chatting with Moses for higher purposes of revelation, while only happened to Balaam as if for a teaching moment. In any case, Israel was shielded because messengers or seers could not curse what Elohim had blessed. Therefore, they could only bless the blessed or curse the cursed or curse the unblessed. The teaching moment. So then, what is this teaching moment after all? Well, have you ever wondered why their names all sound alike? Why it's so easy to confuse Balak with Balaam and both with Baal? It's simply because they derive from the same root, the root Baal. Now to the common root of Balak, Balaam, and Baal. It's actually common roots of Baal, consisting of two letters Bet, B, number 2, and Lamet El, number 30. Baal hyphen S / Baal D, Balaam R, Balak P. To make any sense of this, we would need to compare it with the name of the creator as El, gods. Here we have Aleph A with number 1 and Lamet El, number 30. In Gematria, the correspondences are Baal, idolatry, 2 plus 30, 32 gives 5, letter H, meaning to peak. And El, gods, 1 plus 30, 31 gives 4, letter Dalet D, meaning entrance. Israel and Jacob. Now, zooming into the point of all this, let's close Balak with the last section of the Parashah. In a certain manner of speaking, the closing section only gains elevation once counting with proper foundations. It starts with mentioning that Israel was camping by the Shittim acacias, and figuratively, Jacob was hanging out with the Asherim. The point being the Shittim acacias are associated with the Mishkan, tabernacle, the holy, while the Asherah with idol worship of the Canaanites, the profane. The double standards. The precarious situation of Israel and the people is one of double standards. That is, Israel is holy, all the while the people of Jacob are unfaithful. The single standard. The corrective is the one standard. The problem with the double standards is that it's the negation of the Torah. Elil idol and Pesel statue are attested. But just because there are no more clay or metal figurines doesn't mean that there's no idolatry in our midst. The take-home message is that the double standards are today's version of idolatry. Choosing the easy way out to our existence of the Gentiles is rejecting the role of Israel as humanity struggling with Yod He Vav He. The narratives. Which interpretation will prevail? Baalism of the double standards or Elism of the single standard? El stands for holism as unitriadism of the sole standard, whereas Baal stands for dualism of bi-triunism of the double standards. Bi-triunism or duo-triunism of the double standards. Reading and viewing. Recommended reading is my book at Amazon, The Sweet Spot, subtitle All Revealing Yet Hiding in Plain View, as well as viewing my videos on my YouTube channel at Rick Turullols-Bonilla. Enjoy my off-off trailblazing video, Paradise Kabbalology isn't panacea, it only cures stupidity. Yours truly, Ricardo Turullols-Bonilla, Elohim bless, and thank you very much.